to like up the live, share the live, tell a friend to tell a friend. Welcome to Jamaica 87. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Nice to have you again. Yeah? Nice to have you again, guys. Believe you me, we're enjoying these achievements by the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, by the government of Jamaica. Welcome, guys. Guys, remember, as you come, remember to like up the live. Remember to if you're new, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate that. And remember to turn on the notification bell that whatever time I uploaded a video, you will be the first one to be notified. You understand what I mean? Yeah, guys. And guys, please remember to share the live. Yeah, share the live, guys, to your friend, to your neighbor. You understand what I mean? To everybody. Share it to 5 family member. Yeah, 5 family member, guys. Yeah, yeah. Share it to 5 family member, guys. Yeah, yeah, man. Share the live, guys. Like up the live. Like up the live, guys. Like up the live. You know what I mean? This is part 3, yeah, of the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party since they are in government, yeah, 10 years ago. So this is the 10th JLP 10th year achievements. Yeah, we are reading and find out how well the Jamaica Labour Party have done. Yes, I mean, yeah, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Hey, your name in me know for Chinese, are Indian, India. Me don't know what kind of language that. Bless up yourself. Me don't know what kind of language that. But I would like to know your name, to address you by your name, because you're always here for the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party. Welcome. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but welcome. Welcome. Nice to have you again. Nice to have you again. Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. May call me okay. Okay, okay. Bless up yourself, Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We are here to discuss the achievements of the government. Yeah. Since they last came in government from 2016 to 2025. Yeah, I know that you see 2026 up there, but we are discussing the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party since they came in government. Large up always. Bless yourself. Yeah, man. You know, from 2016 to 2025. And we did part 1, we did part 2, and this is part 3. You understand what I mean? And listen, when we read what the government have done since they took office in 2016, believe you me, we have to give the government credit, and we have to give the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness credit. You understand what I mean? And the people of Jamaica for the marvelous job they are doing. You understand what I mean? Believe you me, this government is the most hardworking government in the history of Jamaica. And based on the achievements, yes, we come to the conclusion that this government is the most hardworking government Jamaica have ever seen. And I want to say big up to the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, and big up to the entire cabinet, big up to the entire ministers, you understand what I mean, who have put Jamaica first and put the Jamaican people first. Believe you me, we're really proud of this government and proud of the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness. And we forever say, understand what I mean, the most lifestyle, big up yourself, the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness is the best Prime Minister Jamaica ever had. And believe you me, when we start the achievements, you understand, and start to read out the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party, led by the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, you understand what I mean? Believe you me, many persons comment on the live, you know what I mean, that they never know of some of these things. Yeah, most of the people don't know of some of these things. You understand what I mean? In education, the government is doing a tremendous job In tourism, the government is doing a tremendous job. We touch agriculture, where the government is doing a tremendous job. You understand what I mean? We touch in the Minister of Energy and Transport, where the government is doing a tremendous job. You understand what I mean? And, you know, it's like it's a fresher breath here. You understand what I mean? And I forever say that the PMP wish if they were the ones, you understand what I mean, reading out these achievements to the people of Jamaica. You understand what I mean? So big up to the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness. You know, big up to the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness. Big up yourself, Dr. Holness. So, guys, the government of Jamaica raising Jamaica voice around the world. You understand what I mean? The government of Jamaica, you understand, ensure that Jamaica is respected and on the global stage, building strong ties with other countries and strengthening our connection with Jamaica living abroad. From visa-free travel to international partnership, we position Jamaica as a powerful and connecting nation. And believe you me, the government indeed is working. We have a foreign affairs woman by the name of Camilla Johnson Smith. You understand what I mean? She's doing a tremendous job. You know, she understands what she's doing. She's connecting Jamaicans and Jamaica, you understand what I mean, to the wider world. You understand what I mean? Under this government, you can travel to more country. You understand, more countries, you know, now than then. You understand what I mean? And Jamaica have been respected across the entire world. And I have forever said this. You understand what I mean? People are looking onto Jamaica, not because of our music, yeah, not because of our sands, not because of our seas, not because of our cool red stripe beer. You understand, the jerk chicken, the food of a whole. You understand what I mean? But the world is looking on Jamaica because of the leadership of the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness and how he is managing crisis, managing the country economy, and all of these things. You understand what I mean? Yeah, man, the world is looking on Jamaica. And the world also is using Jamaica as an example unto other big nations. You understand what I mean? We hear big countries referring to their ministers, you know, and prime ministers, presidents, that they must go to Jamaica. You understand what I mean? And learn how to fix their economy. See what Jamaica is doing. You understand what I mean? To paying off their debt. You understand what I mean? And manage the country. You understand what I mean? And we respect that the people, these countries is putting on respect on Jamaica name, and we respect that. You understand what I mean? So the government of Jamaica, guys, introduced a new national diaspora policy and create both a global Jamaica Diaspora Council and a youth council, giving Jamaica overseas more say and stronger connection to home. The government of Jamaica also more seamlessly and less costly custom arrangement for return and philanthropic, you understand, finally implementing. Hosting 4 major diaspora conference, including the 10th Penal event, bringing together thousands of Jamaicans from around the world and share ideas and supporting development. The government of Jamaica hosts a successful CARICOM heads of government meeting and other important international gathering. The government of Jamaica, in their 10th achievement, secured major international support from global partners for Jamaica healthcare, security, agriculture, and disaster recovery, including grant, resource, and technical assistance. The government of Jamaica finalized visa-free agreement, making it easier for Jamaicans to travel and do businesses abroad. The government of Jamaica signed on a new partnership agreement with Afrofax, a bank, unlock capitals and opportunities for trade and investment between Jamaica and African countries. We are doing business with Africa, guys. We are getting closer to our African brothers and our sisters. And I will forever say this, the entire Caribbean must look to Africa. You understand what I mean? Because there's a lot of talent in Africa. There's a lot of interest in Africa. You understand what I mean? And for those who want to invest also, I would encourage them to look to Africa. Africa is doing tremendously well. And I realize in Africa since lately, a lot of African countries stop import the raw products. Yeah, a lot of African countries is stop import the raw products like gold, diamond, and so on. You understand, the chocolate and all of these things. These African countries, right, is refining the gold, the diamond, and all of their natural resources. They are refining it, you understand, in their country, and they're selling it to overseas market. And that is what we need from our leaders in Africa for decades, on top of decades. You understand what I mean? Refine the things in Africa that we can make as much money from it to help the people of Africa. Yeah? And I see a report came out with China lifting, lifting that thing that Donald Trump put on countries, tariff. Yeah, I see China lift tariff of 28 countries that do business with them in Africa, making it easier to trade with each other. You understand what I mean? And one thing I want to tell the African people, yeah, not because China opened the doors for you guys to do business more easier. Make sure that you guys refine your product within Africa to help Africans. You understand what I mean? We need to help our African brothers and our sisters, and we need to look to Africa. Because Jamaica can trade with Africa, Look in white style. John Wagwan, welcome. World Wagwan. I've seen Africans, right? Making some settees, not only settee, but everything that we have to make our living room and our bedroom, look rich. You understand what I mean? I see African people build some of these furnitures. Let me tell you something. We need to look to Africa to get some of these furnitures in Jamaica. Believe you me. And not only that, but we need, you understand what I mean, to make sure that our tradesmen and our tradeswomen, you understand what I mean, have the resources to build these type of furnitures, yeah, that the hotels and these people need, yeah. But listen to me, we need to continue to do business with Africa. Me like the energy of the Barbados Prime Minister. Yeah, she's in tune. She excited whenever time she talk about Africa. Yeah, I call her the African what they call the word African panism. Me don't remember what they call the word. But she love Africa, and she wish she have straight flight from Africa to Barbados. You understand what I mean? And we need to have some straight flight. We need the government of Jamaica need to make sure that we have straight flight from the continent of Africa to Jamaica. One straight flight. Because I have seen where many Africans from various countries in Africa want to come and visit Jamaica. Yeah? And some of them, the routes that they have to take, the amount of plane they have to take. You understand what I mean? Many of the time they reach certain part of their destination and they turn back. Because these people at some of these airports is giving them a hard time. Hard time. The Minister of Tourism, Minister Edmund Bartlett, yeah, must make sure him look into this. Yeah? We need a straight flight from Africa to Jamaica from Jamaica. A matter of fact, not even Jamaica, but the entire Caribbean. We need a flight from the Caribbean to Africa and from Africa to the Caribbean. It must have to be to Jamaica. But the hustle and the bustle that these people have to be going through to come to Jamaica, some of them give up because it's too tiring. You know what I mean? And some of these countries, the truth and the fact is, they're racist. They're racist towards the African people, towards black people, a matter of fact. You know what I mean? It wicked, man. It wicked. Me see one youth on TikTok, you know, find a nice African girl, and the man go to Africa, go check the girl. Yeah? And the girl decides, say, boy, listen, me a come back to Jamaica, come check you. Yes, I mean? And when she reach off one of these airport, Arab airport there, to book a flight to Germany. Yes, I mean? They have her there 2 days. They have her there at the airport. 2 days. She want to move and can't move. She want to visit Jamaica. Go see her boyfriend. You understand me? Because she love the guy. Yeah? So she have pay her money to go see her boyfriend. She have to end up turn back, go to Nigeria. They will never let her through. Because it is a transit that they have to take. Yeah? Take the plane. She take a plane from Nigeria to Dubai. From Dubai to the airport there. And from that airport to Germany. You understand what I mean? And when she stop in Germany, she will take a plane from Germany to Panama and take a plane from Panama to Jamaica. You understand what I mean? You understand what I mean? And they will never let the girl through. Oh my God, man, we need some straight flight from Africa to the Caribbean and from Caribbean to Africa. Yes, I mean, hey, John, world, lifestyle, don't believe, say African people don't have their money, you know. You know what I mean? Some of the richest people that we would never hear about is in Africa. You know what I mean? Some of the richest people in this world, you know what I mean, is from Africa, and you will never hear about those people. Believe you me. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, big up yourself, Raphael. Yes, I mean, some of the richest people on earth here come from Africa. So if we can get those people to travel freely from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, you understand? In the Caribbean, me know. Maybe if you say in the Caribbean, oh God Almighty, man, tourism turn up at Jamaica. Yes, I mean, whole heap of these people want to do business in Jamaica too. But we have to make it easier for them to come and do business in Jamaica. How much of us know that Nigeria built some amazing cars? Not only cars, vehicles, I must say. Nigeria build vehicle from scratch. Me not talk no assembly. Yes, I mean? How much of it highlight? You understand what I mean? How much of it highlight? I've seen Nigeria have some pickup truck. I have seen them have some breed of cars that they built in Nigeria, built in Africa. Built in Africa. And the world would never show you this. If you upload a video, a fight, you have to fight to get views because the world don't want you to see that Africa is building cars. Yes, I mean? And these cars are much stronger than some of these cars that you see popular on the road. You understand what I mean? Believe you me, people. Believe you me, boy, I tell you, black people will always get a fight. Will always get a fight. But guess what? We shall overcome. Yeah? We shall overcome. Yeah? I have said this on many occasions. Yeah? Africa is the lungs of the world. Africa is the lungs of the world. Yes, I mean, before I move on, I have seen Rwanda turn down $300 million from the American government. Why? Because the American government want data from the health system. And they decided that, no, you're not going to get any access to our database in the health system. No way you're going to get that. Yeah? Because America tie, you understand what I mean? Tie this agreement with the loan. You understand what I mean? And they say, listen to me. No, we don't want your money. We are protect our citizens. Yeah? Some of these countries in Africa, yes, sign off on these loans. Yeah? Because it's a new thing that they are trying to push within Africa. Yeah? But some of the countries signed, some of them not signing it. You understand what I mean? The African people, them, are stand up and them are protect themselves. You understand what I mean? So let's go again, guys. The government of Jamaica, who was successful CARICOM heads of meeting, we said that already. The government of Jamaica finalized visa-free agreement with countries like Ghana. Yeah, we can travel to Ghana free. You understand what I mean? We don't need no visa to go to Ghana. We don't need a visa to go to Kenya and the Dominican Republic. We don't want a visa to go to these places, making it easier for Jamaicans to travel and to do business abroad. The Jamaican government signed on new partnership. You understand what I mean? We read that already. The government of Jamaica established diplomatic relation with 10 new countries, expanded Jamaica linkages in Europe, Africa, and the specific, big thing. The Jamaican government, guys, have launched an economic diplomacy program to help Jamaicans attract more investment and promote trade and opportunities overseas. The government of Jamaica improved consulars service for Jamaican worldwide, including new operations, manual, and to standardize and improve services. And we have seen that right now with the war that is going on in Iran. You understand what I mean? The Jamaica consulate in these places, calling the Jamaican people, checking up on the Jamaican people and see if our brothers and our sisters is okay and if they want to go home. You understand what I mean? So big up to the consulate, Jamaica consulate overseas. They are working. The Jamaican government secured Jamaica seat in key international organizations such as the UNESCO and the CERD, CRPD, WADY, and the MIO, ensuring Jamaica has a voice in important global decisions relevant to our development goal. You understand what I mean? The government of Jamaica safeguarding Jamaica through crisis and recovery. The Jamaican government having successfully emerged from COVID-19, many people have forgotten just how difficult those 2.5 years were from Jamaica and the world. Your government worked hard to bring Jamaica through. Listen to me. And this is where Andrew Michael Rooney shine. In 2019, when we experienced, the world experienced COVID-19, yeah? I want to expand on that. In COVID-19, when the world shutting down, economic shutting down, you understand what I mean? Places like America have containers out on the street, cooling container, cooling bodies on top of bodies, funeral parlor, they're full of dead bodies. The world was in a chaos. You understand what I mean? The World Health Organization predicted that Jamaica going to suffer significantly. You understand what I mean? People going to die in Jamaica. You understand what I mean? But the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, you understand what I mean? And this government have stood up against this COVID-19. And let me tell you something. After we overcome the 2.5 years, the world have been looking on to Jamaica for leadership. You understand what I mean? The things that the World Health Organization predicted. You understand what I mean? Jamaica let them look like fool. Jamaica has managed to pay off the debt, pay down on the debt significantly in COVID-19. When some economy, you understand, countries, economy collapse, they can't do nothing at all. Jamaica economy was growing in COVID-19. You understand what I mean? Jamaica was moving on. Jamaica was growing in COVID-19. And the world is wondering what Jamaica was doing. We have the IMF come to Jamaica to study what Jamaica was doing in COVID-19 for them to be paying down on their debt, growing the economy, keeping the dollar stable, and all of these things. It is a crisis. A crisis. We understand how Jamaica been pulling through. Small country like Jamaica that don't have any form, you know, as I mean, of natural resources. How Jamaica how Jamaica managed to keep up. You know what I mean? Good leadership. You know what I mean? Good leadership. And believe you me, we want to give the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness his credit. I want to give his health minister his credit. They have done a tremendous job in COVID-19 to keep our people safe. You know what I mean? And stable our economy. So guys, the government of Jamaica expanding service, innovate in the healthcare to save lives and navigate domestic and global uncertainty to turn of 226 billion. Let me read it again. The government of Jamaica expanding services and innovate in healthcare to save life and navigate domestic and global uncertainties to turn of $26 billion. You know what I mean? The government of Jamaica protected over 440,000 Jamaicans through the 20 billion care program, the largest social support initiative in our history. But we have a problem, you know. We have a problem with this social support, you know, in Jamaica, you know. You know what I mean? We have my problem with it. You know what I mean? Because, listen to me, this $20 billion that the government, right, support the people of Jamaica with through social support. Let me tell you something. You see, if we cut the crime down to like 40%, yes, I mean, and then the other year we cut it like 15%, the government of Jamaica will have all of these money to take our school off shift system by building more classroom, and the government will have these money to build more roads and fix more roads, repair more roads in Jamaica. You understand what I mean? So we need to just bring down our crime, yeah? And everything will be all right, man. The government of Jamaica safeguard all public sector jobs. And hey, it's a big thing, you know. Remember, in COVID-19, you understand what I mean? When big countries laying off, a lot of people, the government of Jamaica still keep every one of their employee. I joke, we don't know what you know, but you're just brilliant. You're just brilliant. Yeah, tell you about Jamaica. The government of Jamaica safeguard all public sector jobs. No layoff or pay cut during the crisis, unlike many other countries. We just talk about it. In COVID-19, the Jamaican government provide billions of dollars in compensate grant, worker stipend, cash transfer, and thousands of care packages to vulnerable families nationwide. We know of that. The government take care of the people them in a COVID, man. We are telling the people they receive money, they receive food, they receive water tank, everything that they need. The Jamaican government provided for the people of Jamaica. In COVID-19, the Jamaican government tax incentive for employee retention in the private sector create a resilient corridor, saving jobs and positioning Jamaica as a global leader in tourism recovery. Believe you me, Jamaica recovery. We talked about tourism earlier, and this brought me back to where we were talking about tourism. You understand what I mean? Jamaica have one of the wickedest tourism come back. You understand what I mean? After the COVID-19, 2024, Jamaica have received 4.8 million tourists to the island. Believe you me, well done. Many countries can't do this. Do this and beat Jamaica. Do this and beat Jamaica. Jamaica received, after the massive fallout in COVID-19, in 2024, Jamaica received 4,000, what? No, we been for 4,000, 4.8 million tourists to our shore. Jamaican government launched and to support over, no, the Jamaican government launched and to support over 2,000 entrepreneurs and ensure safe delivery of food, medicine, and essential during lockdown. The government of Jamaica create new innovative regulation and safeguard BPO jobs and businesses ultimately result in growth in the industry. The Jamaican government achieved one of the fastest economic recovery in the region. Believe you me, I really think that Dr. Nigel Clark always spoke about it. The government of Jamaica secure unprecedented level of international support to assist in healthcare, online education, and agriculture. The Jamaican government creation of an online immigration portal and quarantine rules to facilitate the re-entry of Jamaicans, giving priority to citizens overseas who were facing the most hardship while managing public health concern. The government of Jamaica did a tremendous job in COVID-19. You understand what I mean? So, for the 10 years, the government in place, they come under tremendous pressure by some world events. You understand, like the pandemic, hurricane, and all of these things. And one thing we know about this government and about the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, whenever time there is any disaster, they always manage well. And I don't know why every time the Jamaica Labour Party in power, they always have some type of crisis. They always have the worst disaster that hit this country. And I believe that because they have the capacity to manage crisis, to manage disaster, disaster always strike whenever time the Jamaica Labour Party is in power and the Jamaica Labour Party ruling this country. So the Jamaican government bringing service online and connecting more Jamaicans. You understand what I mean? The Jamaican government utilized technology to make life easier for all Jamaicans by expanding online access to government services. You understand what I mean? And I love that about the government. The government introduced free Wi-Fi and enhancing internet connectivity in schools and communities, whether you are applying for a passport or registering a business, registering a business. Things are faster, simply, and more accessible than ever before. This government of Jamaica, you understand what I mean? Put internet all over Jamaica. Did that. Hey, this government, led by the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, put internet all over Jamaica. This government digitize out the government system. Yeah? That we can do more of our business online. Yeah? Who want to stand in a court line? Yeah? You never got a court yet and see the line at the court? Sorry guys. And for you to pay $1,000 seatbelt ticket. You have to turn up in a one line long. In a one line that long gone like a spur tree hill. You have to stand up in the line just to pay $1,000 for one seatbelt ticket. The government has said, no, we are digitize out the system and we are make things more easier. You understand what I mean? If you get a seatbelt ticket, go online and pay your seatbelt ticket. Yeah? You don't have to go to no tax office. Yeah? Go pay some of these insurance and them something the things that you mostly need for your cars. Yeah? Go online and register. Yeah? And we love that about the government. We also talk about the health sector. Yeah? The government of Jamaica digitizing out the entire health sector. You know what I mean? First time when you go to hospital, you go to the front desk, you give them your name, they will go into a closet and they will go through some documents trying to find if you have any past history or no documents is there for you. Yeah? The government put all of those documents in computer. Yeah, man. So it make it much, much easier. When you go to the one of the public hospital, you know, and you go to the front desk now, they just tell him a name, then just look up a name on the computer and, you know, do some faster work. You know, that's what I mean. Yeah, man. So the government of Jamaica, indeed, is working. You understand? The Jamaican government put more government services online. We just talk about that. You understand what I mean? Application for passport, traffic ticket, tax payment, and business registration. See me, I tell you, the government of Jamaica is doing all of these things, digitizing out the entire government services. It's the same thing with the security force. The government is digitizing out the security force. Yeah? First time when a cop stop you, yeah, the cops would go inside their vest, you know, and pull out a big book. You understand what I mean? And write you one ticket, give you one yellow paper. Yeah? It's not like that anymore. The government of Jamaica digitize out the security force. Now, when a policeman on the highway, you understand, him just sit down in a car, and when you fly past him, the system in a car just pick up how much speed you go, and he just run you down. You understand what I mean? And use your license plate and put it in the system. Man, that even if he asks you for your name. You understand what I mean? He put your license plate in the system and all of your information come up. Yeah? And him just write your ticket for speeding. Yeah? And reckless driving and so forth. And just print your paper. You can pay it, go court or pay it. Yeah? Or you can pay it online. You understand what I mean? This government is working on behalf of every Jamaican. The government launched the Jamaica Business Gateway, giving Jamaican access to over 150 government services in one place. Yeah? The Jamaican government expand free public Wi-Fi. We just discussed this a while ago. Installing more than 300 communities hotspot in town centers across the island. Very good. Very, very good. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. When you go out and you have no credit on your phone, you know what I mean? You can go to any park, or if you're in any town, you just turn on your Wi-Fi, connect to your Wi-Fi, make a call, send a message. You know what I mean? That's it. Very good, man. Very, very good. You know what I mean? I will love that. The Jamaican government making it easier to receive social support using digital platform to send payment faster and more securely to you. The government of Jamaica installed high-speed internet in over 700 schools and government buildings, helping students and civil servants learn and connect. You understand what I mean? Brilliant, brilliant move by the government of Jamaica. The government of Jamaica formed the Caribbean Fast Artificial Intelligence Task Force, putting Jamaica ahead in planning for the future of tech. Believe you me, the government have modernized the country. The government of Jamaica modernized the RGD, making it simpler to register birth, marriage, and other important documents. So listen to me. No longer, you understand? When you need a married birth certificate, when you need a birth certificate, you know, you go inside the RGD to apply. No, you can't apply online for your birth certificate, for your marriage certificate. You know, the government, listen, we are talking about productivity. You know, many of the time we hear the government talk about productivity. If we need productivity, this is the thing that the government need to do. You know what I mean? And they are doing it. Yeah? They are doing it. But I believe that many more of these government system must go on board. You understand what I mean? In digitize out the entire thing. Make it more easier for Jamaicans to do business. You understand? Even the people them overseas, yeah, must be able, if they want a TRN, they apply for the TRN online. If they need a NIS, they need to apply online. If they need to throw the NHT, they can do it online from overseas. You understand what I mean? Many of these things, many of these services, we need it to boost, and we need it to boost productivity. You understand what I mean? Yeah, man. The government of Jamaica introduced a new national digital ID. You understand what I mean? So Jamaican can more easily access service and benefit through without long line or red tape. And listen, needs the ID system that the government have set up. Yeah? This thing could have implemented a long time ago. We really need this system in Jamaica. We really need it. And we have some religious group. Yeah? We have some religious group that is saying that this ID system needs, right, is a mark of the beast. Yeah? Listen to me, man. Oh, no, stop it, please. Be a beggar, though. Oh, no, stop it. These people claiming that the government need your DNA sample to give you the ID. Some of them say the government need your eye. You understand what I mean? For your DNA, they need your fingerprint. Nothing of the, I mean, like, they're gonna need your fingerprint. You got any country you go. If you need an ID, if you need a national ID, you have to do your fingerprint. No joke about it. You understand? But the government now implement no mark of the beast. Mark of the beast 666. Nothing like that. I'm not stopping no damn stupidness. You understand what I mean? So we have some people in the church who are really ignorant. We have some people in the church who are ignorant, Ignorant to the bone. You understand what I mean? How the government must come in with the mark of the beast. How this government must come in with the mark of the beast. Me don't know. And also the Bible tell me if you read the Bible real carefully. And also it tell me. Say the mark of the beast are going to implement. Yes, I mean. So on top of the garbage, this ID system that the government is implemented, right? We need it in Jamaica. Many of the time we go to the bank, we go to the NHT, we go to do business. We have to travel with our passport. We have to travel with our birth certificate. We have to travel with our ID. Yeah? We have to travel with our TRN. We have to travel with our NIS. 5 documents that in one place. You understand me? All right then. We take up all of these documents, right? And we say, well, listen, me I go downtown go do some business. Somebody pick your wallet. Every one of your document them gone. Every one of your document them gone. You see this national ID, it is just one ID, right? That have every information. Yeah? So instead of walking around with 5 documents, 5 documents, we walk around with one ID. That's what it is. That's what it is, You understand what I mean? That's what it is. And many of you I heard talking. Many of you I heard talking, right? That you not give up on identity and not give up on a blood sample or not whatever. Yeah? But if you no want a visa, you run down American embassy and they might take on a fingerprint. They tell us if you're looking at the camera, you understand what I mean? They might take your eye color. And everything they might take from you right and now they might take all of your social media information and everything. You understand what I mean? So me not understand. Me not understand, Simon, big up yourself. Me not understand, You no behave with yourself, man. Me know say 666 is the mark of the beast. Me know say 666 is mark of the beast. But the ID that the government of Jamaica is issuing out to the people is not the mark of the beast. It's just a natural ID. It's just a natural ID. So guys, the government of Jamaica new online application process for policy record minimize time spent in long line. And we really appreciate the government for doing all of this on behalf of the Jamaican people. This is the record of the Jamaica Labour Party, guys. Very, very well done by the government of Jamaica. This is all of the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party under the leadership of the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness. Indeed, the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness is making wave, yeah? Making wave, and he's governing Jamaica very, very well. The World Bank said that Jamaica thing there, devastation caused by Melissa. You understand what I mean? They estimate it to be 8.8 billion US dollars. But I heard the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness giving an update on Nationwide this evening that when they really sum up everything, the damage that Melissa have left is 10 billion US dollars. You understand what I mean? So the government have a lot of work to do, guys. A lot of work to do, you know. We have to push. We have to push. And I believe you me, the Jamaican government going to make Jamaica great again. Yeah? Great again. The government of Jamaica is going to rebuild but Jamaica stronger than before. One thing I know about the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, yeah? Whatever time he put his mind to something, he's going to achieve it. Yeah? He's going to achieve it. Jamaica, please come to Ethiopia. Jamaicans, please come to Ethiopia. Simon, blessings from Ethiopia. You know? Listen to me. My dream is to travel the world. And I have nothing against you, Simon, for saying Jamaicans should come to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a beautiful place, and a lot of Jamaicans is in Ethiopia. And big up to the community in the diaspora in Ethiopia. Big up on yourself down there. Yes, I mean, Africa is the future. I believe that Africa is the future. Africa is doing a tremendous job, and me love how them a go about them business. Yes, I mean, me love it. But some countries within the continent, them not go on good. Them not go on good. You understand? Prince, what go on? What go on be there? W3W, want to be my best friend. Whatever. Want to be my father, whatever. But I understand what it is. So, Simon, Jamaica have a land in Ethiopia, place called Shashamani. Yeah, me know about that. Me know about Shashamani. I watch many videos of bloggers going to Shashamali. You understand what I mean? I watch these artists going to Shashamali, yet to visit the Jamaican community in Ethiopia. You understand what I mean? As an African, I try hard to understand this guy. I find it hard to understand Africans too, whenever time we are talking in their dialect. You understand what I mean? They are watching. Yeah, Prince, big up yourself. Big up yourself, people. Big up yourself. The most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness is building back Jamaica stronger. And it's very important for us to get on board, you understand what I mean, with our Prime Minister, yeah? And help him, you understand what I mean? See his vision and see where Jamaica is going, you understand what I mean? Because Jamaica, indeed, you know, is ripe for businesses right now, yeah? And I'm telling you, anybody, you understand what I mean? Anybody want to do business, this is the time that you should go to Jamaica. You understand? Because the field is ripe, but the laborers are few. You understand? Guys, I've seen where the JTA president is saying that the government must step up and give them the money that the government owe them. Me not have the problem with that. But remember, JTA president, the Teachers Association president, you understand what I mean? Remember, so we just come out of a hurricane category 5, yeah? And what Melissa have left, right, is $10 billion out of damage. You understand what I mean? You have to take on the time with the government, brethren. You have to take on the time with the government. At least, you understand, the teachers in Jamaica is better off than many teachers across the world. Today, on CNN, yeah, they reported that teachers is doing 2 jobs and still cannot survive. Yeah, the same teacher them we are cuss in a Jamaica say, boy, listen, the grass is greener. Yeah, so we are go shift, yeah, and go overseas where the grass is greener. These people in greener pastures is working 2, 3 jobs and still cannot survive. Yeah, the teachers now is working more than ever before. No come on, man, no take on the time with the government. Me nah say no forget no pay no. Me nah say that. Me nah say no forget no money. You understand what I mean? You guys going to get the money. But you have to take on the time. You cannot just hag up the government, so. And we realize that it's only when the PMP in government. Only when the Jamaica Labour Party in government. Only bad up government. You understand what I mean? Only when the Jamaica Labour Party in government. You do this type of stuff. Yeah? But you don't work with the government, man. You see if you can work out something. You can't want everything one time. Because we don't have it. Yeah? The company that is searching for oil in Jamaica, they reach a crucial stage right now. You understand what I mean? And in a couple of weeks, yeah, they're going to tell the country if they have oil, yes or no. You understand what I mean? But, you know, if we should find oil in Jamaica, yeah, with good management, you understand? Because oil can be a blessing and it can be a curse, yeah? But with good management, you understand what I mean? We know that we can pay our public sectors, you understand, what they deserve, especially our teachers. You understand what I mean? Yeah, man, we can pay our teachers, you understand what I mean? And we can raise minimum wage to where the Prime Minister said I'm going to put it, $32,000 a week. You understand what I mean? God, big up yourself. The storm frightened the PM, so give him some time. He's a human like we the people. Of course, you understand what I mean? Not only the PM in a garden, not only the PM, but the storm frightened every one of we Jamaicans. Every one of we. Those who live in Jamaica and those who live in the diaspora. You understand? This storm the storm just come and Melissa just smash up everything in those parishes. Me I tell you something that we have never seen before. Not even Gilbert. And Gilbert was a terrible storm. You understand what I mean? So we have to give the government time. We have to give Andrew time. Let me tell you something. Andrew now have it. Andrew now have it. And not give it to the teachers them. You understand what I mean? Him now have it and not give it to the teachers them. It's the same way, right? The most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, yeah? Give Jamaica, present 10 consecutive budget presentation without implementing no new taxes, yeah? No new taxes. Because the man feel the pain of the Jamaican people, yeah? The man know where the people them used to go through under the PMP. And the man relieved the people of Jamaica because the man realized that the Jamaican people have been overtaxed for years on top of years. Yeah? And the one time, the man say, all right, listen to me. Me can't do it this year. Me can't do it the 11th year. Me do it a decade ago. Yeah? But me can't do it this year because Melissa have come and Melissa have created a significant damage to the country. Yeah? And we don't want to borrow this amount of money to push back Jamaica debt way up. You understand what I mean? We can't manage that. Yeah? So we going to put on taxes on some products like cigarette, alcohol, yeah? Sugary drink, yeah? And those stuff. We going to put on some tax on it to fund the budget. You understand? Me I have no problem with that. At 10 years now, the man are easy Jamaican people. One time when budget presentation I read, you understand what I mean? The people them are ask, what going to tax now? What going to tax now? You understand what I mean? But when the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness and his cabinet start to present budget presentation, the people of Jamaica is asking the question, what Andrew going to give us? What Andrew going to give us? Yes, I mean? The man do what him can. The man do what him can, believe you me. Yes, I mean? The man do what him can. And be impressed with the achievements of the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness over decades ago. Yeah? And let me tell you something. The truth is the truth. And we must forever speak the truth. Yeah? Cost it what it will. Who want vex? Yeah? The amount of work that the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness and his cabinet is doing. If the PMP was doing it in their 18 and a half years plus 20 years, yeah, Jamaica would in a better position today. And that is a fact. You understand what I mean? That is a fact. The diaspora Jamaican must work in Jamaica. They are work harder educated in America, Canada, and Europe. But Simon, listen. The government of Jamaica have put out a call to the Jamaicans that live in the diaspora for our nurses that are qualified, yeah? And they're in the diaspora working. And they're working off their ass. Believe you me, sometimes these nurses, some of these professionals working, they not have time for their family. They not have time for rest. They not have time to go on vacation. You know what I mean? The most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, Christopher Tufton, have asked these nurses to come home. And let me tell you something. 130 nurses come home to serve the country. Big up to these nurses. These nurses are heroes. These nurses are heroes. And we are happy that they listen and they take the call to come home and serve the country. And I know that the government of Jamaica going to look after them and make sure they are okay. Brilliant. Nurses, the 130 of you who come home to serve in the health sector, yeah, to give the health sector what you guys have experienced out there in the wider world. Listen to me. I adore you guys, yeah? I adore you guys, yeah? And we want to say thank you, nurses, for coming home. You understand what I mean? Thank you for coming home, yeah? Because you guys have been you guys have been enslaved, I mean. That is the word that I should use. You guys have been enslaved, yeah? And you guys have been working, man, sometime you guys not even can eat, yeah? But thank you guys for coming home. Jamaica is moving forward, yeah? And we need others, you know, to come home, yeah? And to help Jamaica build back stronger, yeah? Our engineers and all of these people, yeah? You need to come back home, come help build back Jamaica. You know what I mean? Remember, man, you're a citizen already, you know, in other countries. You know what I mean? If you don't come back to Jamaica and don't like it, you can't go back. You know what I mean? But listen to me. Listen to me and listen to me very careful. Sorry. For those in the diaspora, anywhere you guys live, Jamaica today is much safer than any time in history. Yeah? Jamaica is safer today. And Jamaica is safer because of the approach, yeah, and commitment this and the resources this government have put in place to make Jamaica safer again. Last year, we have seen Jamaica went under 700 murder. Something that we have never seen in 31 years. Yeah? Something that we have never seen in 31 years. And this year, Jamaica project to go under 400 murder. You understand what I mean? Yes, we are taking crime and violence. The government of Jamaica is taking crime and violence seriously, and they're hitting it from the bud. Yes, I mean, oh, last night I've stated that when the government came into existence in 2016, they have identified 353 or 54 gangs. I cannot recall what specific number it is. You understand? But it's over 350. Yeah? And the security force that we have serving Jamaica. Yeah? In the JDF, we have under 3,000 JDF members. In the JCF, we have under 7,000 JCF members. And the government of Jamaica go on a massive recruitment drive and bring up the JDF to over 6,000 men and women, and bring the JCF to full capacity, actually at 14,000 something. Yeah? And what we have now, yeah, we can take on these 350 gangs in the country. And I can report right now that we have under 100 gangs in Jamaica. Big up to the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, and big up to Dr. Horace Chang for doing a tremendous job. Big up to all of those who serve at the head, like Anthony, Kevin Blake, you understand what I mean? And all the men and women within the security force. Big up on yourself, Wellington. Big up yourself, my friend. I will bring all of my family vacation this summer from Ethiopia. Simon, believe you me, you're not going to regret it. Bring your family to Jamaica. Yes, and experience the Jamaican cuisine and lifestyle. Believe you me, Jamaica is the place to do business. Jamaica is the place to visit. Let me tell you something. This morning I was saying that we have a conversation on social media regarding Cuba and Jamaica. And somebody said if Cuba should open up, you understand what I mean? They would lick Jamaica out of tourism. But listen to me, no country on earth can hit Jamaica out of their tourism product. You understand what I mean? Most of all, the number one thing that is keeping Jamaica unique when it comes on to tourism is the people of Jamaica. The people of Jamaica is warm, welcoming. You know, they have a vibe. You understand what I mean? The hospitality. You understand what I mean? Jamaicans is some special people. Believe you me. Yeah, Jamaican is some special people. Yeah? A Jamaican, we just walk in our room. Yeah? And make everybody there. You understand what I mean? And that is what we have over every country. You understand what I mean? The people within Jamaica. Yeah? We just want to get our society crime-free. And we will get our society crime-free under the leadership of the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness. Tourism is $1 billion business. Of course, it's $1 billion business. You understand what I mean? And Jamaican depend on this $1 billion industry for years on top of years. But my God, we are praying and we are hoping that Jamaica find oil. You know what I mean? So we can have something more to depend on rather than tourism. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Big up on yourself, you know, guys. Big up on yourself, and thanks for joining. Thank you for supporting the channel. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And remember, if you are new, welcome. Simon is the first time I'm seeing you. Big up to the people on the continent of Africa. Big up to the people, them. You know what I mean? In Ethiopia. Big up to the people, them, the Jamaicans in Chachamali. You know what I mean? Yeah, but big up to everybody. Big up to the community within the continent of Africa. I love Africa, believe you me. My dream is to visit Africa. Trust me. My dream, my wish is to visit Africa. And I know I'm going to visit Africa. You understand what I mean? Yeah, man. So, big up on yourself, guys. Have a great day. Have a great morning. Great afternoon. Wherever time zone you guys are watching from, big up on yourself. Remember to like the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend about the channel. You understand what I mean? And if you want to help this channel in no way or form, yeah, if you want to send message, you understand what I mean? All of the links is in the description. Just go inside the description and you'll see everything. If you don't want me to talk about something, you understand what I mean? Look for the link in the description. You understand me? Email anything. You understand what I mean? Email me or something. You understand? Anything you want me to talk about, guys. So I'm big up on yourself, people. And have a great night, great morning, great afternoon. You understand what I mean? And we soon tomorrow morning. You understand? At 10 o'clock. Big up on yourself, guys. Good night.